Okay, so hello everybody. Thank you very much for joining me on this emergency Zoom call. We've called it because some of us are either have no bookings or we're unhappy with the amount that we do have. So obviously going into the biggest selling year of the month, we definitely want bookings in November. So a lot of our team especially are completely new. So they are literally booking from scratch. So they've asked their friends and their family. A couple of them have had parties. You know, some of them can't help out for various different reasons. And then they don't know where to go now. So again, there's a couple of people on our team who will benefit from this, hence I'm recording it. So I tried to put this in some sort of order, but I'm just going to crack through. So number one for me, and I think the most important thing that you need to encompass when you are trying to book your parties, is that you need to realise how amazing the parties are and the service that we can actually offer. Okay, so for a start, you don't have to pay for parking in town. You don't have to queue. You don't have to run down busy high streets and get like crammed by the mums with the wheelchair push chairs. Quite often than not, we have better discounts. We obviously have host rewards, so you can get your free shopping. You get 70% off for our hosts. We have customer specials. You can do commission deductions for them, so they can get a better price. We have raffles. We have games. They have their friends. We've got gorgeous products. I honestly could go on and on and on and on. So once you realise what we have to offer is absolutely amazing, then you will find that you will book it more successfully, because you're gonna talk to people with passion, and you're gonna basically assume that they want one, and then that is going to change the way you pitch your parties and the language that you use. So for example, Nikki, I will always remember at regional training when you said about the customer specials. So instead of saying, you know, would you like a customer special, you turn around and you say, which one do you want? So when I'm booking a party, I say to them, you know, I can do a pamper with your friends for your birthday. You know, when do you want it? I'm not going to say, do you want one? Because then they're going to say either yes or no. I'm going to say, how would you feel about one? Or I'm going to say, when are you having it? So when you start pitching it with confidence, you will find that you will be a lot more successful in your bookings. So speaking about language, that is my number two. Try not to ask yes and no questions, because more often than not, people will say no. And often when they say no, what they want you to do is actually convince them. So they want you to persuade them, okay? So we want to be saying things like, how do you feel about? You know, what's your opinion of? Do you think that you could maybe, you know, arrange this, and give them ideas and basically convince them into saying yes. So we don't talk about minimums. So a lot of people get put off from booking parties because they think they don't know enough people to have one. So actually, when you use the word party, people think they need to invite 10 people around, clean the house from top to bottom, go buy loads of food from Tesco, a prawn room from Iceland, and actually you don't need to do any of that. What they need is 2 or 3 friends around, maybe get a takeaway in that you can all share, and you can all just sit in a face mask. So when you start saying party, people think that actually it's a lot more. So if you start casualing it down, then people will be more inclined to say yes. And then when you host coach them, you can start building it up and actually showing them that they can invite all these people and that they can have like a bigger party than what they'd initially signed up for, essentially. So, you know, like when
sorry to interrupt. Sorry, Zoe. I don't want to stop your flow, and you're totally right with what you're saying. It is the change of language. You do not have to use the word party. You can totally drop the word party. You can say get together. You can say girls' night in. You can say pamper night, treat night, prosecco night. You never, ever, ever have to use the word party if you don't want to. If you think that that's a barrier and that's putting people off, drop that word.
I hate it.
In fact, go and get a thesaurus and find all the different words you can find that actually mean party that you can use instead of party.
I completely agree. I think it should be balanced.
That's your job. That can be a little challenge for you to put on the dream team. Alternative words for party.
I'm gonna write that down.
Honestly, if you just chuck that word at people, like Zoe said, they just go, oh, that means I've got to have people in my bathroom, and it totally freaks them out. So yeah, just drop that word, and get into the mindset of 2 people is a party,
Mm-hmm.
22 people is a party.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, hi,
Being
Ellen.
recorded. Say hi.
Hello.
I'm going to go on mute now before it gets crazy.
Oh, bless him so much. Yeah, so Nikki is completely right. In fact, that was my next point. So, yeah, do not use the word party. Oh, my goodness. I don't think I've used that word in 2 3/4 years. It's my 3rd year anniversary yesterday. How exciting. 3 years in the business. Anyway, I digress. So another thing about language is always end on a question. So actually, we're very, very British, and we are very polite, and we politely say no to people. But if there's a question involved, then we'll answer that, and then we'll say no. So actually, if you always ask a question on the end, like, you know, how do you feel about that? How does that sound? Then they will always give you reasons, whether they're good or bad. So for example, you might say, oh, you know, how would you feel about a pamper session for your birthday? See how that just rolled off my tongue, by the way. How would you feel? And they might go, oh, I don't know. I don't really know a lot of people. I think they might have some other plans, and blah, blah, blah. So actually, what you can say is, okay, then have it on a different day that isn't the day you're celebrating. Use it as like a detox after your 4-day hangover, because that's what we have nowadays because we're really old. Or, you know, have it as like a pre-bash. So you can always work around their excuses, and you can kind of, extinguish their insecurities about actually saying yes to these things that we're offering them.
Overcoming objections.
Yeah, they might say something like, oh, I don't know, I've got big dogs. And you say, okay, so the dogs, you know, they can't be there for the products. We obviously don't want them to eat them. We don't want them to get poorly. Is there any way you could put them for half an hour and then they can come and join in after? Or they might say, oh, you know, my husband doesn't want loads of ladies in the house. And I'm like, mate, sling them 20 quid, chuck them to the pub. You know, so all these different things that you can actually do. And you stop their insecurities straight there. Number 3 is quite a generic one, really. There is this myth that friends and families support your business. And actually, I think I only sell to my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law out of my family. Sometimes my brother-in-law, because he buys for my sister-in-law. But otherwise, my business is sustained completely on people who I never knew to begin with. So I'm not sure. I think I've got one friend who buys from me out of all of my friends. So over the 3 years, actually, my customer base is people who I never knew this time 3 years ago. So you will find that actually the more your friends and family introduce you to people that you don't know, who then introduce you to more people that you don't know. So because you're getting all these introductions, you're then experiencing all these different social networks that you can actually book parties into, and then you meet another 10 people in that network, and it honestly grows as long as you are utilizing it properly. So for example, I did a fundraiser in the middle of October, and I just sat down with every single order form and messaged every single one of them to try and book them in for a party. Now, what I did at that fundraiser was I had Pamper Experience vouchers, which I hid around the room, and I made them go and find them. So actually, they found all these party vouchers, but didn't realise what they've actually signed up for as a party, because I've offered it as a Pamper Experience. So they've signed up for parties. So I've now got one into November, one into December, and one into January. And that's how we should be thinking when we're booking. So I always book 3 months ahead if I can, or book into my 3 months worth. And that 3 completely different networks that I've just found in this one event. So again, if you think about your parties as these amazing network opportunities and you really, really want them, then you are going to book them more successfully because you want them. Number 4 is Facebook statuses. So I appreciate that a lot of people want to keep their personal life and their business life separate. But I think especially when we are starting out and going back to this friends and family thing, you will find that you get a couple of people come out of the woodwork from Facebook who you've maybe not spoke to for a while, but you did get on with in the past. And so they might feel comfortable inviting you around to their house. So not putting up, oh, you know, who would like a pamper session with me? Putting up things like, oh, who started their Christmas shopping? I haven't. Or, you know, who's held a candle party in the past, or a chocolate party, or a clothes party in the past. So someone who's already done one, and then you can pitch to them. You might ask, you know, what they liked about it or what they disliked about it. And that way, you know, what they disliked, you can go, oh, you know, the Body Shop did it better than that. We actually offer this, this, and this. So that's better than what they hated about that other company. So there's all these different little hook lines, I suppose, that you can put up. So rather than directly asking, what you're doing is you are putting up something which expresses their interest in our parties, but not directly asking them so they can't say yes or no or just ignore it. So it's giving you an opportunity to then go and speak to them and then offer them it, not like blatantly offering it on Facebook. So like I say, a lot of people, when they start these businesses, they might put up something that's like, oh, you know, I've been asked to book 3 to 4 parties. Can any of my friends help me? Which in a sense is great, but you might say something better. So they're going to want something for free. So you want to offer them like your facials and your makeovers. Is there anyone here who could help me practice makeup? You know, I just had makeup training, or I've got makeup training coming up, and I really, really want to be good at it, or just something like that, which implies that you need them to help. It implies that it's free. And then you can start talking to them about all the different things that we can offer them, and actually all the perks that I've sort of discussed at the start of this video. Number 5, so we've been talking about these golden envelopes for a good couple of months now. So you know, we've got the £25 free shopping usually, we've got the £50 free shopping in January. We're doing them at our parties. Great, you know, people are booking parties, they get their envelope with a free shopping, they get like an extra little gift inside. You might put on your little gift slip that it's going to be a premium pamper party, or you know, like a dry January, not dry your skin out type thing. So you've got everything in there that they want, but what do you do with them if you haven't got the party to present them at? What about a live video in your group? I mean, think about all the people that are on your group who don't really comment on your posts, but they might quickly sign into your live Facebook videos for 15 seconds to see what you're talking about. So if you've got that golden envelope that says £50 free shopping, and that's the first thing that they see, then oh my God, they're going to watch that video. They're going to stick around to see what it is you are offering. So I would have like 3 of those, for example, in my one video. I would make it last 5 minutes. And then hopefully you'll get people commenting on that. So maybe you could do it as a live, and then you'll get, again, people coming out the woodwork on Facebook. And do not be afraid to do that on your personal profile. There's nothing stopping you from doing that on your personal profile, because you're not selling, you're offering the services that we have within our business. So obviously you know that we can't put products on there directly with a price, but you can offer recruiting and you can offer your parties. So again, get your golden envelope up on a live video. I mean, I'm literally going to do that on Thursday, because I think that's my next free time for my live. To see if I can get some more bookings, because I know people say that they're happy with, you know, they might have like a couple of bookings in a month, but for me, that's not enough for me. I need more than that. What's that, number 5? Number 6 is Facebook birthdays. Oh, so I usually say this tip for when people are really, really, really struggling. But if you go onto Facebook and type into the search box, birthdays of my friends, that will show you everyone's birthdays for the next month or 2. So every single one of those people have an excuse to hold a pamper night. So pamper themselves for their birthday, especially coming up at this time of year when their birthday is completely overshadowed by Christmas. So like, I know a lot of people in December who they get like one big Christmas present, basically, because it's their birthday like within a couple of days of Christmas. But actually, that's not good enough, is it? We want to make a big fuss about them for the birthday, and then they want a big fuss for Christmas. So all of these people are just sat there waiting for you to message. And it might be that, oh, Becky's on. Hi, Becky. Hi. We're halfway through. I will recap you everything
That's fine.
Next time. We're just recording. So yeah, so all of these people who are sat on Facebook waiting for you to approach them, you could say something like, hiya, I hope you don't mind me messaging you. I just noticed that you've got a birthday coming up and I wondered what you were doing for it. ? And then stop talking. Oh my gosh, stop talking. Let them say something back to you. They might go, oh, you know, I've already got plans. In which case we know that we can then, what was it you said, Nikki, counteract the excuse sort of thing. You can then go, oh no, that's okay, you know, it doesn't have to be on your birthday, but I really, really want to offer you something for free for your birthday because you're a valued customer of mine, or because I've not seen you in ages, or whatever the reason is. Make it up, compliment them on the makeup or something. But yeah, so we can then basically make a fuss of their birthday around this time when they probably don't get a lot of fuss, because obviously it's coming up for Christmas. They might end up getting like a really crappy birthday present because obviously all the money is saved for Christmas. So we want to be able to offer them something really lovely. So I think that's a really, really good way of finding people who you may not have spoken to for a really long time, because actually these people might not see your posts. So the way the algorithms work is that the people who comment on your posts see your posts more often. So if these are all people who you've not spoken to for a while, they probably do not see what you're posting. So all these amazing like party themes and stuff, which I'm about to come on to, they're not going to see any of that. So we need to go to them. And then because we've been talking to them on Facebook, they're going to start seeing our posts. They might quickly click onto our profile to see if we've, I don't know, had a baby or gotten married recently, or I know, been to a club that they've been to. They might click onto that and then they start seeing our posts. So it's a really, really good way. Even if they say no, they will then start looking at what we're doing within our business. So birthdays. Do you know someone on Facebook who has just announced their pregnancy? because this is a really good way of getting a booking. It might not be November, December or January, but you might get one in the future for a baby shower or a gender reveal party. So that is a really, really good excuse to have one. And then you can start planning it with them, and you can kind of keep them in the loop and communicate with them the whole way through until that party. I had my friend came and did my baby shower. So she did a bit of a Body Shop pamper thing for my baby shower, and then we had like a nice little tea party. So it wasn't the whole party. She did like an hour or so and then attended it. So actually it was really lovely to see her. So again, that was a really good reason to catch up with her from a party host point of view, not a consultant point of view. And likewise, do you know someone who is counting down to their wedding? Weddings, oh my God, you've just got this minefield of things that you can offer people for weddings. So a makeup party for the guests if they don't know what makeup they're having on the day. You might offer them a bridal shower. You might go for their engagement party. You might do their hen do. Hen do's are well fun to do because you like a bit of pampering, and then you can like, you know, get leathered with them after or whatever. They might need a post-wedding detox. They might need a pre-wedding pamper. They might need to get their skin ready for that day. So you need to be booking it sort of 3 to 4 weeks before their wedding. Weddings are absolute gold mines. Keep an eye out for people who start saying, oh, it's a year till my wedding, or, you know, half a year until I marry Mr. Right or marry my best friend, you know, all these different things that they say. Keep an eye out for them and just message them, just get in touch. I mean, what have you got to lose? Just get in touch with them. And like I say, use the language tools that we were talking about earlier. Number 7, survey forms. Yay! Who loves a good survey form? I don't know if you can see me. I think I'm a bit delayed. I love a good survey form. I'm waving my arms.
Absolute game changer. If you do not have survey forms, go on to Be Inspired, go on to downloadable tools and print off the free prize draw forms, and you stick one of those bad boys in every single catalogue that you give out at every single party, and you get them filled out, because people will tick a box.
Yeah,
they will
at least write their number down
for you.
I've messaged Rosie, because we're all at manager meeting tomorrow, to see if she can bring some packs. So well, I mean, if any of the other managers need them as well, Rosie will have them. But for the girls on our team, if anyone needs them, then obviously I can give them to you. They cost £1 for a pad. I think you all know what they look like. So they look like these. They are absolutely amazing. They basically have name, telephone number, email, what their favourite product is, just to kind of learn a bit about them. And then, more importantly, would you be interested in hosting a party to receive free products, hosting a fundraising party, earning extra cash, learning about career opportunities, all these different things? It's even got Facebook on there. Like the ones on BI don't have Facebook on there anymore. So it's like they put their Facebook name on. So you can find them and then add them to your groups. So yeah, they are absolutely banging tools. Really, really good. I've actually written down survey forms, competition boxes. So this isn't something that I have done at least for a year and a half. So I probably should start doing it. But basically, get yourself a little box, cut a slit in the top of it, and then go to hairdressers, nurseries, gyms, places where people wait and queue. So things like doctors' practices, dental practices, all these different things, and ask if you can leave a box there for a couple of weeks with free prize draw, £30 worth of products, or, you know, whatever it is you've got to offer, and then get people to fill them out. Now that is honestly people from all walks of life. So if you get 10 people filling those in, you've got 10 different social networks, unless obviously they're there with their friends, in which case you've got 5. But yeah, that is a really fantastic way and a really creative way of meeting a lot of people in your community, but people that you don't necessarily know. Okay. Number 7. Number 8 is basically thinking about the different party themes that you can offer. So a lot of this is done on Facebook. I think Nikki will tell you that actually we should be doing this in person and ringing people. So my first one is a mystery hostess party. So a mystery hostess party is where you invite people either to you or to one local communal area. So for example, you might do it in like a pub function room, or I've written it down somewhere, pub function room, a bakery, a local coffee shop, so not like your Cafe Nero's, but like your Angel Cafes, etc. Lock-ins at salons. And basically, people come in and buy, and then you put all of their names into a hat at the end, and they get the host rewards. So any of those people who attend can get the host rewards. So they can have the £25 free shopping and the 70% off if the party qualifies, just by attending and just by spending a little bit. So it's kind of like a mystery host. So no one knows who is going to get it until they're actually there. And obviously the only way they are going to get it is if they attend. So I try to do this at my home parties because I don't have the best reception at mine. So this is a really good incentive to get people to come around my house, basically. We can obviously offer the Pamper and Prosecco parties. So I think Becky has just had a really good result with one of hers. She just got about £320 of sales from a Prosecco and Pamper party, even though she didn't drink. She was doing like a dry November. At this time of year, we can do mince pies and mulled wine. So obviously getting right into the Christmas spirit, you know, like Christmas music. You can pitch it all like a really, really fun Christmas catch up with the friends before, you know, the actual fun starts in December. And also a Christmas makeup party. So you can start approaching people who work in an office. So going back to that Facebook status thing, you could put up, does anyone work in an office that would take a catalogue for me? And just take a catalogue round. Someone might go, yeah, I do. That's absolutely fine, hun. And then I'd go, oh, cool, you know, thank you so much. I'll arrange to get you packs to you. You know, are you having a Christmas do this year? ? Stop talking. And then she'd say, yeah, well, we're actually going to do this. And I'd be like, oh, cool, when is it? How would you fancy like a little get together beforehand so that you can stock up on your makeup for the party? So 2 weeks before, whenever that is, usually it's in December. So we know that you're looking at either the end of November or the start of December for these parties. And again, they looking at your challenge. So your challenge going into December is your three parties in that first 10 days of December. You can do a Christmas makeup party easily then. The last order date is something like the 19th of December. I think someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's the 19th of December. So all the way up until then, you know, you can book them in to get their Christmas makeup sorted. Hopefully by then, things like the sparklers and the Christmas makeup will still be available. But even if it isn't, you know, we will work out something. There is always core makeup. You can, I don't know, throw in a bit of glitter in a pot, in a sample pot for them and be like, oh, you know, add them together. Put this on with a lip gloss, it'll look amazing. Even the lip shines have got them in, so you could actually link sell a normal one and a lip shine to make a Christmas one. So there's all these different ways that we can work around it, but the important thing is actually getting the booking first. Number 9 is stores and networking. So a lot of people do Christmas fairs this time of year. I personally avoid them. I think only because I'm busy with all my other stuff anyway, and I don't feel like I need this part of networking. However, there are a lot of people who like to do stores. They like to have the people come to them, and you have your survey forms. And again, you're meeting all these different people from walks of life who are feeling Christmassy and want to attend these Christmas fairs. So again, perfect people to book in for these Pamper sessions, but do not go into them thinking that you were going to sell stuff. I mean, fair enough, it will be nice to have a little bit of stock on, and that will cover any floats that you have and the price of the stall. If you have to donate a raffle prize, that will cover all of that. But you are not going to do like party sales on it. I think there are some people who've put up on the inspiration page that they've been doing like amazing sales, but if you actually look at their display, they probably spent hundreds of pounds on that stock, and potentially that stock that isn't going to sell very well. So what you're doing is you're actually assuming that people want certain things, but actually if they don't buy it, then that's come out of your pocket. Does that make sense? So ideally what you want is to say, right, well, you know, you're interested in the products, you bought like a hand cream and a lip butter off of my stall, thank you very much, that's absolutely great. So now I want to offer you something. I want to offer you something for free, and I want to offer you some massive discounts that you cannot get in the store. You obviously love the Body Shop products, so fill one of these in for me, and what I'll do is I'll get in touch with you about having your own little pamper session with your friends. So by saying it in that way, I've already told them that they're having it, and so it's already planted the seed that they are. So actually when I then go to call them like the next day or the day after, obviously do it as quickly as you can, because obviously they're going to forget who you are, but when I then go to call them, that seed is already planted, so they already think they're having it. So again, it's all about your language on stalls. It's all about getting them to try some of the products and seeing what their favourite ones are. But most importantly is those survey forms. So these survey forms are actually gold. Like I think we need to shout about it a little bit more in Dream Team, because they really, really are gold. Stores, number 10. Parties and public locations. I kind of covered that really, didn't I? When I was talking about pubs and stuff. Kind of. There is absolutely nothing stopping you from emailing all the pubs in your area, the local post office shop, the local coffee shops, Curtis's in Lincoln, anywhere where there's a table where people sit down, to arrange little coffee mornings. Things like care homes, you could do coffee mornings there. You know, message salons and be like, you know, you spend all of your waking hours pampering other people and making them feel good. Who makes you feel good? ? Stop talking. And then you can say, well, I tell you what, I've got some gorgeous products, and I would like to come and pamper you to say thank you for doing such a good job for the people in the community. So again, think about your salons. Think about, I mean, I don't remember the last time I personally had like my makeup done, or a facial, or a massage, or a pedicure, or anything like that, because I'm so busy doing it for other people. So again, think about the people who actually do what we do, but not necessarily in our business. So they need pampering too, guys, and they also need Christmas shopping. Don't be afraid of weekday parties. So I fall into this trap so often. And actually, I've got a regular host who I booked her in April, and then she had to cancel. So I booked her in for June for her birthday, and then her friends decided that they'd take her for this surprise meal, so she had to cancel. And then she booked in for October on a Friday and had to cancel. So I said, you know what? It's not about having all the people there. You're really good at getting pre-orders anyway. And so what it is, invite like 2 friends around, and we'll just do a little pamper session, because she's like a runner and she's a massively busy teacher. She like caters for her mum and dad. She does loads of stuff. Okay, so she's really, really busy. Sorry, I've just had a little think about. And yeah, and so I basically said, right, you know, I'll come around on a Monday. Let's just do a Monday. And she's like, right, well, I do Zumba on a Monday. So what I'll do is I'll invite a couple of girls from Zumba afterwards. So she then had 5 people come round, because lots of people went, oh yeah, I'll come round. I've got nothing to do on Monday. Or, you know, I'm working late on Tuesday. Yeah, that's fine. I'll come round. And she did a £280 party. So from her couple of friends coming round after Zumba, she ended up getting a couple of extra people. She went and got some pre-orders like she usually does. And yeah, £280 party on a Monday. So do not be afraid to do your parties during the week, because you will find that people say, oh, I'm really sorry, I'm really busy on the run up to Christmas. Because what they're thinking is, they're thinking Friday and Saturday, I've got this booked, and I've got to do shopping this day, and then it's Black Friday, and then the in-laws are coming down this day, and then I've got to find the other parents and all this, and they're just thinking about weekends. They're not thinking about all the stuff in between. And yeah, fair enough, people do work during the week, but there's nothing stopping you going around at 7 o'clock, doing an express party, getting out the house by 9, and then they can, you know, get ready for bed. Even use some of the products that they've bought from you previously. They've got the Body Shop in the mind. They might go and have a bath. You know, so there's nothing stopping them from having that weekday party. And actually, sometimes people go, oh, I'm really busy. When actually, they're not busy 7 days a week, you know, for the next 8 weeks of the year. That's not true. They will find one day, whether it's a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, even a Sunday afternoon in their conservatory, although it's winter, so it might be a bit cold. Yeah, there are always times and places where you can have these parties, okay? And then my last one is previous cancellations or customers who have bought lots from you in the past. So people who have bought lots from you in the past have obviously spent a heck of a lot of money and not made the most of Host Rewards. It is as simple as that. And it makes me wonder whether they actually knew about the Host Rewards to begin with. So when I joined Body Shop, I didn't know about the Host Rewards, because I didn't qualify at my baby shower, because I didn't get any of the host coaching or anything, so I didn't collect orders and I didn't do raffles or anything like that. So I didn't qualify, so I didn't know about the Host Rewards until I went through head office and I went and met with Rosie, and then she explained to me that this is all the things that companies offer. And had I known, so I'd been pitched in the past from someone from Body Shop, and she didn't tell me about free shopping or anything. She just went, do you want to have a party? And I went, oh no, sorry, I'm not really interested. And that was it. So that is obviously testament to everything I've been saying. And yeah, so I didn't know about all the free shopping. And oh my God, had I known that I could get free shopping for having my friends around to get drunk with them and kicking products over and chucking a bit of glitter around, like Nikki says, then I would have done it like 10 times over. So actually, apart from my baby shower, I've never had an at-home party. So I actually genuinely feel like I've missed out. And perhaps that's why I overcompensate and go sort of full out for the people that I do parties for, which I suppose is a good thing in a way. But yeah, I've never actually experienced it really. And so I feel like I'm massively missing out. But yeah, so do not forget about, or rather, make sure people know exactly my number one point, which was realising how good the parties are and how amazing the services that we are offering. Because if they don't know, oh my God, they're not going to say yes to it, are they? It's as simple as that. And like I say, you don't want them feeling like they've missed out. Okay? So I think that is all my scribbles for the day. Helen and Nikki, do you have anything that you want to add? Apart from how fetching I look in
You have got to have a big old set of lady balls. That is what you need. You need your big girl pants and your lady balls, and you need to get used to the word no, because it ain't going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to go out there and get it. Care homes are amazing. You're gonna have to talk to strangers. You're gonna have to face the fear and do it anyway. So, lady balls, don't use the word party, big girl pants, and the world is literally your oyster, because this business is flying. It is flying. All this hyper growth and all this scary, oh my God, we're running out of stock. This is actually an amazing, amazing thing, because it means that our jobs are safe.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really safe. And you know what? If you want to make the moolah, you've got to go and party, and you've got to nail the art of booking a party at a party. Rebook the host and find one other, and that is going to keep your business buoyant. But when you're starting from scratch, yes, it's scary. So you're going to have to overcome fear and objection from people. But I tell you what, once you've done it once, you can do it again.
Hairs on
And
your chest.
the best and easiest party you will ever book is a home party, your own party. Host it yourself. Get people to bring a stranger. Get people to bring somebody you've never met before. And yeah, lady balls. Everybody needs lady balls.
Let you know,
and that is my
talk to everyone. Everyone you meet, you talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Drop it into conversation.
Talk. Yeah.
If you're not enthusiastic, they're not going to be enthusiastic. You've got to really share the love. Get your enthusiasm out of there. It's contagious.
That's a really good word for it. Contagious. Really good word.
That's absolutely true. You know what? On Facebook, they cannot hear your enthusiasm. Over the phone or in person, they can hear how excited you are and how much you love it. And Helen's really great at it, because she just comes across as really super excited to be part of this business and stuff like that. So yes, Facebook is a wonderful tool, but there's no compensation for this and this.
Yeah, I think Lou's been doing that. So Lou booked 3 parties at her party the other day. And I asked her how she did it, and she went, oh, I just talk to people.
Pretty much.
I was like, exactly! That is exactly it. That's all you have to do, is talk to people.
Yeah, I just asked them.
There you go. And actually, there's some people at parties who we forget to ask, because they might have been quite quiet in the corner, or for whatever reason they haven't said yes, or they haven't picked up on any of the cues that you've been saying. So things like when you have your makeup party, or if you host a party, you can get free shopping, and they don't go woo free shopping. They might have just not reacted to you whatsoever, which makes you not ask them. But actually, it's because they might be embarrassed to say that they want one. Especially if the loudest personality in the room has said no. Well, actually, if they do want one, we need to be asking them and giving them that one-on-one time. So again, it's all about that one-on-one time as well, and actually having that conversation with them at the end. I love it. Absolutely love it. Do any of the other consultants have any questions while we have 2 minutes left on this call?
No.
Did you mind like this?
Yeah, I've got so much written down.
Good. Is it as much as this? Well, your work here is not complete. Go and write alternatives for the word party.
Yeah, I've got that written down.
Right, okay. If there are no questions, I'm going to stop this recording. Thank you so much to Helen and Nikki for jumping on. You've been great helps. I'm never going to forget the word lady balls in my life. Am I seeing you tomorrow at manager meeting?